Yo, what is going on, guys, and welcome back to our Atletico Madrid series here on FIFA 20. What episode are we on now? Are we on 5 or 6? I think we're on 6 now. I want to say, I think it's episode 6, and as you can see, we are starting today's episode with another Champions League game. So let's attend the press conference ahead of the Lokomotiv Moscow game.
Здравствуйте. Мы готовы ответить на ваши вопросы. Давайте приступим.
Okay. Can your team continue their Champions League campaign with another win? Of course. You're coming off a good win against a weaker team. How aggressive do you reckon they'll be? I think it's just... I don't even know what really that question was. Do you think you continue to perform at a lightning pace in upcoming games? I honestly believe we can play even better. I'm not going to lie. But we are here away in Russia. What is our second game of the episode? That's one thing that I do want to know. Oh, we get to Valladolid. Interesting. Okay, Valladolid. So this realistically should be a fairly straightforward episode, but you never know. You never know. What I am actually going to do, as we're actually going to play in black here in Russia. I think we've only used this kit once in the past. So, and what we're going to do, obviously, is we are going to change the lineup slightly because obviously it is a midweek fixture. In the Champions League, so I'm going to change it up a tiny bit. I'm going to keep Jimenez in, put in Hermoso. I'm going to I'm actually going to bring in a fairly changed lineup altogether. I think I'm actually going to play Llorente as well and give it like a totally like a revamp. Well, maybe not totally, but I want Rodrigo to start in the Champions League, and I think also I want Felipe Anderson to start. I think we're all good like that, to be honest. So I'm gonna just let's get into it. I would say Champions League football is back. As we saw a couple of episodes ago when we played PSG, that went tremendously. So hopefully we can keep on up our scoring and winning run. That's probably how I should have worded it. But anyway, let's get into today's matches. Okay, let's go. Okay. Oh, well done, Marcus. That's a nice little ball. Oh, I wanted to fake shot then shoot. That wasn't what I wanted. Llorente, can he get it to... I can't find Keita. I'm just... Oh, save! What a save! That is a brilliant counter-attack, you know. Okay, out to Keita. Gives it to Donny. Back to Keita. Oh. Okay, we started pretty well. Promising. But we do know that Lokomotiv Moscow are in the Champions League for a reason.
Well, 4 goals in his last 3 games. He's in superb form. He's going to be really hard to stop. Defenders need to be on their game.
At the moment, it looks like Joao Felix is operating from a central role right now, which I don't mind. I was trying and feed it through to him, but Van der Beek, lovely ball, cross goal. Ah, it was in between. Either I pull it back altogether, or I send it through. Keita to Donny. Rodrigo with a shot. That's another good save. Llorente gets his hand on it, so it's going to be a goal kick. Rodrigo has been unlucky in recent games because he has actually played very well, in my opinion. Obviously, from an outsider's perspective of you guys watching, you might think, oh, maybe it's not going that well. It's a good ball over the top, but Hermoso's done well. Oh god, that was a bit of an iffy pass, but it was on the turn.
Joao
Felix.
Now Rodrigo. Ah, if we could have just sent it through to Felipe Anderson, I think that would have been a goal. Well done, Jimenez.
Rodrigo.
Oh.
Keita. Well,
Felipe Anderson! Felipe Anderson scores! The man that is in form can't do anything wrong right now. That's what you want to see, and I believe that's his 5th goal of the season now. Meaning that he is catching, I think he's on the same amount as Morata, who has played considerably less because I do rotate the striker quite a bit. But he is on fire right now, Felipe Anderson, and you've got to think this was the transfer that I spent a few weeks in game trying to get. The West Ham were definitely a hard nut to crack, and eventually I did crack them, and I can understand now why they wanted about over £50 million for this player, because Felipe Anderson has done very well for me. Okay, let's go again. That's a nice little ball. That's just a nice little reverse. Love that. Oh, no. Yes. Oh, Juarez did very well then. And again, you've just got to say we're playing very good football. The first couple of episodes were tough, as in like the first few episodes, first like couple of episodes that had games in, were actually incredibly tough. Okay, okay. Love that. Oh, trying to get that to Felipe Anderson then. As we approach half time, still very nicely going along, but I think we need that second goal. Just saying that Lokomotiv Moscow, at this stage at least, aren't causing too many problems. Okay, we've got Joao Felix running through. He's got it. Oh, he cuts back out, goes for the shot. Did brilliant work by Joao Felix, who has very good agility, and he's got a very decent pace now. In fact, we've been training him up quite a bit. Okay, last chance for Lokomotiv Moscow in this game. That's a poor shot by Smolov, and it is half time in this game. 1-0 up at the break. Probably deserve a couple more, honestly. We've been fantastic. I'm going to carry on with the same team. And I honestly believe in this second half I'm going to bring in Morata because I want him to play more games. I do feel that I'm not playing him enough, considering he has actually got a fair few goals this season.
Joao Felix. And Rodrigo has it.
Oh, Felipe Anderson is through again. Oh, stop.
Rodriguez.
Oh, I had to pass all the way backwards. That's not what I wanted. And that just was a poor attack in general. Oh, God. Oh, come on, Marcus.
Well, Derek, it certainly was a good 45 minutes from the lad. Obviously got the goal to give
Ah! Right, I'm going to make a couple of changes just to keep things fresh. I'm actually going to take off Felipe Anderson and put Rodrigo on the left-hand side and bring on Morata for now. And I'm actually going to also bring on Saul for Llorente in that holding role. And let's see how things change in this game. I want Morata to do well. I want, obviously, Rodrigo to stay on because I believe he is due a goal. Right, Morata, what can you do? That's a brilliant ball. That's a brilliant ball through to Joao Felix. Ah, he's put it wide. No.
But it just show you what they're capable of to hit the team with pace and power. Just lacked a little bit of composure, Derek.
Okay. Van der Beek. Keita. Morata skips past his opponent. Ah. We're having a lot of shots from tight angles. I have noticed that. Love that. Love that. Rodrigo has finally scored. What a ball from Naby. And as you can see, Rodrigo really enjoyed that. Got his second goal of the season, and hopefully the curse has been lifted. Watch this ball from Navi. Just a little pass through. That is beautiful. And it just made it a bit more simple for Rodrigo, which was very nice. One other change I'm going to be making is I'm going to take off Joao Felix now, and I'm going to bring on Koeman. Yeah, and stick Koeman on the left hand side, put Rodrigo on the right hand side. Joao Felix has had a good game, not contributed with goals or assists, which I think at the end of the season, when we look at the squad report or the squad hub, you're probably going to judge him on like goals and assists, but in games he has been effectual. But sometimes he does have games where he goes missing a bit. Maybe we expect a bit too much of him. I did say this in last episode, but because he is like the standout name now in Atletico's, it's like a replacement realistically for Griezmann, everyone expects him to do incredibly well. Right, stay onside, stay onside. You've got that. Lovely cut inside. Goes for the curler. It's taken a deflection off Howardez. That's surely though Koeman's goal still, because I believe it was still going on target. What substitution I've made? Yeah, I'm just saying I'm a genius. I am a genius. Cuts back and he just gets past the defender with ease. Howardez doesn't know where to come or go. It hits Howardez and goes in near post, but I believe it was heading in far post. See, that's hard to judge, but it has been given as Koeman's goal, so we're going to agree with it. We're going to agree with it, and it is 3-0. So absolutely brilliant. Now, can we get Morata on the score sheet? Or another goal for Rodrigo will do his confidence at world. Oh, what? That was brilliant by Smolov. But Oblak does well. Oblak's not conceding of late. It's going to be 5 games if he doesn't concede in this one. Amoso's done brilliantly there. He's had every game he's played, he's done brilliantly. Oh, what a ball that is!
Oh, they've lost it. And it's a matter of what occurs in the final 15 minutes.
Sal's coming over.
This attack looks highly
Okay, maybe should have taken. Sometimes I don't like making tackles on the side because it'll go out for a throw, and I like to keep the flow of the game. Oh, that's a brilliant ball, you know. Oh, that's a brilliant pass. Right, but Donny, what can you do? That's a lovely ball. Rodrigo's through. Rodrigo scored. He's now got his confidence. And he goes and celebrates. Oh, okay. I thought he was going to celebrate in front of the camera. He actually went and uppercutted the camera. Brilliant play here. I decided to go for a finesse, and then I realised he's left-footed. So then it was just like outside of the left foot, like toe prod really, which is fine. It went in, and Rodrigo has his second goal of the game and third of the season. That is very nice. I love it when like players are starting to get multiple goals and stuff. It's not always the same couple. It's not always like Morata and Joao Felix. Well, mainly because Morata doesn't plays only like half the games, but he has a very good record for someone that plays half the games. I think he's on 5 out of 7 now. Oh, Hermoso just puts his body in the way. Right, let's go again. Okay, I wanted Koeman to make a run then, but it doesn't matter. Oh, he passed to himself. Love that. Yeah, it's a foul, unfortunately. It is a foul. Like I went for like the sliding shot, but just didn't really work, which is unfortunate, but it's not the end of the world. Ah, I wanted to get it across to Rodrigo. Morata. Ah, lost out. And there is the final whistle. 4-0 away at Lokomotiv Moscow, which is fantastic. 2 goals for Rodrigo, 1 for Koeman, and 1 for Felipe Anderson. So far, like you've got to say, This team is really starting to come together. Naby Keita with man of the match. He might have got a couple of assists. I know he definitely got one to set up Rodrigo's first, but it'll be interesting to see if he actually did get multiple. But very well done, and it means we're maximum points in the Champions League and still maximum points in the league. Jimenez is in continuous hot run of form, which is brilliant, so he deserves all the praise for that. Rodrigo, an impressive performance, I've got to say that. Scoring focus demonstrated that. Honestly, I'm going to be a bit of like big-headed and say they're not on our level right now. They're not. We've got to face facts. But as you can see, we are now back into La Liga action, and we are going to be playing away, I believe, at Valladolid. Oh, international break coming up. Quite a few. There's not as many as I would have thought, considering we've got a lot of like players that are big names now. Yeah, that is quite interesting. But I'm very happy with that. Yeah, away to Valladolid. We're not going to waste any time. We're going to get straight into it. And yeah, surely we can play that, because nothing matches. The shorts are different colours, the socks are different colours, the kits are different colours, so we can play it in our red home kit. Oh, it looks like it's going to be a showery night. And what I'm going to do, Rodrigo probably should start, but I'm going to refer back to the starting, like our standard starting lineup, and we're going to play that because this is our like league team, which is like in many ways quite safe. Like, you look at the midfield and look at Saul, Koke and Partey, and you think, yeah, there's 3 workhorses in there that can still pop up with goals. They will just work hard defensively. They're everything you'd want. And then you look at Naby and you think, okay, Naby's got that bit of flair to him. He's got that intricacy. And then you look at Donny, who is a bit like maybe a bit more attacking. So it's a very interesting dynamic right now. But we're going to this game looking to get another win. Well done. Jimenez is one of the very few players that actually started in Champions League. Oh, that's poor. Come on. That's a brilliant ball through to Koke. Oh, I should have scored. Should have scored. Brilliant save. Is it Masip in goal? I don't even know. Oh. Ah. Okay, we're trying to force things right now. Okay, make him go backwards, that's fine.
We're looking at the top scorers in the division, Atletico Madrid.
Top goal scorers in the division. We weren't that after about 4 games. We were just making do with what we got. Oh, that is handball, unfortunately. I will concede that. Just lifts his arm up and it lets it hit his upper arm. Oh, he got me with a cheeky step over. Good shot, but Oblak is too good in goal. Start of the season he got caught out with some stupid saves and stuff. Okay, so far Valladolid are keeping the ball quite nicely, but with an offside there, it just gives us easily the ball back and we just go again. Okay, now what can we do? Oh, cuts out again. Thomas Partey with a banger, maybe. Oh, what a save, Masip! What a save that is. Trippier with the corner. Oh, it's at the crossbar. Oh no! We've had a couple of chances, you know, but nothing at the moment that's like causing us. Well, nothing at the moment that's causing. I don't know what I'm trying to say. I was about to say causing problems to them, but it is, because their keeper's making some banging saves. So it is causing them problems. Ah, stop trying to force those silly passes. Keep it simple and we'll build together. That's what we've been good at in the last few episodes, in fact. But a quarter of the way through this game, or just over a quarter of the way through this game, it is still a 0-0, which I'm not concerned because we have quality. Oh, okay. Yeah, we have quality, you see, so we don't need to worry about that. When we got Joao Felix on the break, where I don't know where that left back was, I really don't have a clue. But you always thought that Joao Felix is going to take this chance. You just always thought that. Masip has made some fantastic saves in this first half, but it would take a bloody lot to stop the likes of Joao Felix when he's playing one-on-one. See, now we can start to get into a bit of a rhythm, I believe, and start to like do things that we are being very good at this season. Just giving like nice little give and goes and stuff, keeping possession and just like pushing them back a bit. Oh, if I could have got it to Morata then, one more on, and then that was Joao Felix. Okay, this is good. Now we've got a bit of a space here for Koke to line up. Oh, it's sparring in! What a goal! I was not expecting the thunder that came off Koke's right foot. I did say before this game, we've got a midfield three that they're everything. They can shoot, they can defend. But what a banger that is! Skimmed the bar and went in. The power behind that strike. That is what you want to see from your captain. And he looks absolutely delighted with that. And he should do. 4 goals in La Liga for Koke this season. And you've got to remember, this is like the 7th... Is it 7th? 7th or 8th game in La Liga, I want to say. Maybe not, actually. Oh, brilliant defending there. Okay, because we know that it's international break, we can play whoever we want for however long we want. Shit, saying that we've been doing that at all points because let's be honest, this team has brilliant stamina. Sends him down the line. No. Oh, it's half time. I was wondering why Coman didn't get onto that. But 2-0 at half time is fantastic. It is fantastic. We are been playing well again. Same again, but I want Morata to get more involved. Like the more that Morata stumbles a bit with like taking chances. Well, he hasn't really been making chances, really, so maybe I need to be a bit more greedy with him and take a bit more risks with him. I don't know, but if it jeopardizes me stopping making challenges or making chances with others, then I shouldn't do it. Okay, this is good. Oh. Okay, we're in a bit of a groove right now. That's surely offside. You're like 20 yards ahead of my player.
No need to go that early. There was space to run into.
Okay. That's nice. That is very nice. Joao Felix maybe is through. Oh. Okay, keep hold of it. No need to rush these things. Oh, okay. I didn't mean to go there, but... I should have passed it earlier if I was going for that ball. Or waited and passed someone else. So far, this is just such an accomplished game. You know what? This is a good opportunity to make a couple of subs. And I'm going to take on Morata. I just feel he isn't doing enough, and I'm going to bring on a Rodrigo. But I'm actually going to play Rodrigo right-sided because he actually played very well there in the last game. I'm also going to bring on Lamar, and I'm also going to bring on Adoni for Saul, I think. Just to mix things up, you know. Rotation is key, and using the all-your squad, keeping everyone happy is also key. Morale is massively important.
Now, and I think the crowd, by the sound of it, quite happy to see the back of it.
Yeah. Well, I don't think his fullback will be because he had him in his pocket, but no end product from this lad today. Poor Dave.
Okay.
Atletico enjoying the lion's share of possession. It's been a really impressive performance the way they've used the width of the
Just a bit, not enough movement there for me. As we go into the last quarter of the game, I want everyone to start making runs. Maybe we're just on the edge of the box. There wasn't much movement in general, which I do understand. So what we need to do then is move backwards a bit, so they're not all on the edge of their own box, and then go again. That's nice.
Good vision here.
That's just clean. That is clean from Joao Felix. I did say that he's a player that can go missing in games, but when he is in form, I was thinking, do I just square it off to Rodrigo? But then the defender was so close to me that a pass was risky. So I thought, try and cut in and just like curl it into that far corner. And with the agility of Joao Felix, he just sent him a dream. And then it's all down to the finish and in off the post, just. But we know that his finishing is obviously definitely going to improve because we're actually training him up in like things like finishing and also like physical stats like his pace and stuff. Okay, Trippier comes forward, finds a nice ball to Thomas Partey, who finds Thomas Lamar. Give and go maybe. So this is why, I mean, look on the edge of the area, I need to choose the right pass. Oh, I did find the right pass. That first touch was a bit too bait, I'm going to say.
10 minutes left of regular time.
Okay, that pressing is fantastic. That's what you want to see.
They might have played him in here. Lamar. Can he finish?
That is world-class football. That is a counter-attack that is of the highest ilk. And Joao Felix gets himself a hat-trick. Great first touch by Lamar. It's a risky pass, but it was pulled off. And Joao Felix now has 7 goals in La Liga. And I believe, well, he's easily gone top goal scorer now in the club because Morata hasn't scored for a couple of episodes now. But maybe Morata isn't the way forward and we do use Rodrigo up a bit more. Oh, I don't know. I don't know what I would class it as Joao Felix's best position. That's the problem. Oh, good touch. Ah, that's poor. But another 4-0 is it going to be? 2 away games, 2 4-0 wins. Ah, unlucky. Very happy though again with this episode, but I did say that this is an episode where you'd probably expect us to have a bit of an easier time. Oh, that's unlucky. That's a good goal though. That is unlucky from Joao Felix though. He could have got his 4th, but he just hit it a bit too hard, and it hit the crossbar. But Lamar getting on the score sheet, who's starting to play a bit more games. I'm still using him quite sparingly, I'm going to admit, because there's players like Felipe Anderson, and obviously using Joao Felix and Rodrigo on the wing as well, that means that it's harder to put him in. But he's still a good squad player, and he hasn't moaned, so that's obviously very nice. First goal in La Liga, that is. Very nice, but 5-0 in this game. That's going to be brilliant for goal difference. And obviously it's brilliant to get the win in order to stay top. I'm delighted with it. Joao Felix should get man of the match. He does. He gets a 10 rating, which is fantastic. And obviously before we wrap up, we are obviously going to be looking at a few of their statistics. But obviously first we've got this press conference. Oh, yeah, post-match conference. He's a role model, honestly. Extended run, like, my players deserve all credit. They do. Clearly not on a level, but scoring 5 goals demonstrated that. Honestly, right now, they're not on a level. And I said this about Lokomotiv Moscow because this is a game that I expected us to win quite comfortably, and we did. But right, what is the finish on the Joao Felix? It's 84, but it does go up quite quickly. I think it was around 80 when we started, so he's definitely improving, and obviously his rating is getting higher and higher and higher, which is fantastic. Barcelona won again, so let's have a quick look at that. Goal difference is getting a bit more on them, and we do play them in like a few episodes time, I believe. So we've played 8 games now in La Liga and 2 in the Champions League, so we've played 10 games in this series, which is fantastic. Okay, now with a few games to go, a few days to go until the next game against Valencia, which is obviously next episode, we can do training again. Anyone improved? Not really, but everyone seems to be around the same sort of level. Great work. I'm guessing this is, yeah, 180 million from shirt sales is now being completed, and there is a way to see who is the top names. So if you go onto finances and you go to transactions, it says on the right hand side, so the highest selling shirt right now is Joao Felix, as expected. He's the golden boy, so you expect. Felipe Anderson is actually second in the whole club, you gotta remember. This is the whole club. And Rodrigo, that is surprising. I thought maybe Van der Beek might be up there. I thought that top quality players like Oblak, maybe not Oblak, because goalkeepers don't really have great shirt sales. But 2,350,000 shirts sold, which is fantastic. Which is actually fantastic. We've actually got a very good budget still. But anyway, let's again progress up to the game against Valencia. Another bid for one of our youngsters, which is totally fine. I don't mind that at all. Okay, should be up to the day now. We've got an offer from the Chilean national team to be their manager. I'm not going to accept that. But anyway, last thing is obviously looking at the squad hub and looking at stats. Obviously, we know that Joao Felix is top goals at 9 goals in 10 games. Okay, I'm starting to agree that he is actually rather special. I did know he was special, but he's starting to get... The thing is, though, he goes a couple of games without a goal, and then he gets a hat-trick, so it's still like 3 goals in 3 games. Then we got Morata, who played a couple of games in today's episode, but didn't score, but 5 goals in 8. It's still a very good record, in fairness. We've got Felipe Anderson also on 5 in 7 games, so he's actually played less than Morata, and he's actually got more assists as well, so that's very nice to know. Got Koke, who's got 4 goals in 8 now, so he actually gets a goal every 2 games according to this, which is fantastic. We've got Koeman with 4 goals and 4 assists in 9. Rodrigo got a couple of goals in today's episode, which is nice, so he's on 3 goals and 9, so it's starting to be a lot more acceptable. Saul, Van der Beek, Keita and Lamar with 1 goal. Oh, actually, that was Lamar's first goal of the season. I didn't actually know that. And he's actually got a good amount of assists as well. Same with Keita. Very impressive. But yeah, guys, that is going to wrap things up for today's episode. If you have enjoyed, be sure to smash that like button. It shows me your support for this series. But until next time, guys, goodbye.